Hello, everybody. It's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Welcome to a new masterclass for my Tuesday tips. Hey, it's March 2021. During this month, we're going to talk about punches. Guys, I have some really great tips for you on punches this month. And today, I'm going to teach you 6 fabulous hacks how you can take your label punches and how we're going to do some unique things with them to make them look totally different. I'm very excited about this month's masterclass, but for now, let's start with some punch hacks. So I'm going to be focusing on 6 punches today. Now, these are all found on page 166 of the 2021 Stampin' Up! Catalog. Let's talk about the different ones that we have. So we have the Timeless Label, the Label Me Fancy, Story Label, Label Me Lovely, the Everyday Label, and the Tailored Tag. Now we're going to do some amazing hacks with these punches, and I think you're going to like how we're going to find some unique ways to take your punches beyond a single punch. Let's get started. The first thing I want to teach you is how to extend a label. All right, I have the Timeless label here, and you see I've stamped and punched in my basic white, and then I've done it again in my Night of Navy. I am simply going to cut this in half. And guys, you don't even have to be neat about it. Don't worry if you didn't cut straight. So no need to get out your paper trimmer or anything. I'm just going to add some adhesive there on the sides. And you get to decide how far you want to stretch that. And you see, I can just line it up, the top and the bottom. And then you're just going to do the same here on the other side. And there you can see we've kind of stretched, we've just expanded out that label. And that tip is going to work with all of the label punches. All right, now let's take that one up a notch. What if you want to have a border all the way around? Well, you can see I've already stretched that one. And if you recall, we cut it in half this way. Let's just rotate it. And now we're going to cut it in half the other way. I'm going to add my adhesive. You can add it to the back or you can add it to the label punch, whichever. And you can see we just line that up. And there you go. And you can see I've stretched this one. I made the border even wider. And guys, it doesn't stop there. So there is the story label, the everyday label, the Label Me Lovely, and the tailored tag. Yeah, so you've got a lot of different options, and what a great way to take the one label punch and make it look completely different. Let's talk about another tip. We're going to make some label punches go around. I'm going to put adhesive down the center. Let's see, I've got the everyday label and the Label Me Lovely. And all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rotate and just adhere that together. We'll do the same thing right here with the everyday label. And there we go. Now I can come in, that's a 2-inch circle punch. That is a 1.5-inch circle punch. So now I've created some great borders for my circle punches. And I think that just gives it a whole new look. So basically we've taken a rectangle punch and we've turned it round. Here's an interesting one. You know, that sentiment is just a little too small for this punch, but let's say I really wanted to use my everyday label. I've stamped my image off to the left side, and what you're going to do is take that pre-punched label, slide it in, get it centered up, and you notice how it kind of flops right out of there? That's what makes you know you're good and centered. And when you're good, we can give that a punch. And look at that. We just have a very, very different punch now. And then we could take that and look at this. We could just center it up. And there we go. A whole different look. I love creating little short punches. And yeah, you can do that with a lot of those label punches, but I especially love it with the everyday label. Let's do another one. What if you wanted to lengthen the punch? Well, let me show you what we're going to do here. I have got a piece of cardstock that is the exact same size as the inside of the punch. And can you see, I'm just going to slide it up and out. So you come into the punch, come out of the punch, and slide. And so whatever size you need that, let's go ahead and we're just going to go right to the end to get us started. So there's one end. I'm now going to come in with my sentiment and we'll say, thank you, you made my day. There we go, just a great little tag. Now we put it into the punch. We're going to slide all the way out. And don't you love it? I can see right where I need to punch. So now we get that set right where it needs to be. And as I throw my punch across the room, sorry about that, but look at that. Look at my nice extended tag. Oh my goodness. Did you know that your punches could do that? Love, love, love that. And then if you want to give that a nice little border on the side, you remember how we just cut our punches. We can just add those right there to the back. And now we've kind of polished it off. So there you go. Another tip. How about another one? This tip doesn't always work with every punch. And I will say, when you're going to do this one, you're going to want to test it first, okay? So test, what we want to do with this one is we're going to make some interesting decorative edges. I've got my tailored tag punch and just a piece of scrap cardstock. And what I'm going to do here is I just want to line it up there in the punch. And when we give this a punch, look at that. Oh my goodness, we have an instant flag. So fabulous tip there with that punch. Let's bring in that everyday label again. And you know, you've got three options. You could do this little nip right here, kind of makes it look like a little ticket tag. Let's do another one. We could bring that in a little further. So let's line it up. I've got those little those little points right there that make it very easy for me to know where to punch. That gives us a nice little interesting end, don't you think? I like that. Let's see what we get with Storybook. And remember, there's two different ends. But remember how I always said test it first to see what you get? Yeah, because you just never know. You could do this with some scrap paper. Actually, I don't think that's too terribly bad. Let's try this other end. Now, this piece of cardstock is probably a little too wide to really get anything on the other end, but you know what? Let's just see what we get. Well, you know what? There might be a reason for that. That could be like again, just a little fun decorative edge. The idea is that you just bring in those punches and play around and see what you get. You just never know what kind of end image you could get using your punches in a little bit different way. So we stretched a punch. We made some great borders for our punches. We turned our punches into circles. We shortened one up. We made another one longer. And then we used them to create some interesting ends for our cardstock. And there we go. Look at that. What a great hack for your current punches. Some really fun ways that you can work outside the box and create some really amazing images for your stamped cards. Thank you guys so much for being here for today's first video in the master class on punches. If you'd like to learn more information about these punches, where you can order them, look down in the YouTube description. You'll find a direct link that will take you there. You'll see a supply list, and I will have a link for all 6 of those punches there for you. You can order right there at simplysimplestamping.com. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd love a thumbs up on YouTube. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, take a minute to click that great big red subscribe button. Be a part of all the series, all the videos in the different masterclass series that I have going on. Thank you guys for being here, and I look forward to stamping with you soon. Bye-bye.